relationship between GT and Young Miami from City Girls appears to be as tense as ever. Recently, JT threw serious shade at Young Miami following an interview where Miami discussed the breakup of City Girls. JT did not appreciate Miami's comments and responded by accusing her of lying about the real reasons for their split. But JT didn't stop there. She also exposed Miami for allegedly being broke and faking her luxurious lifestyle. JT seems determined to burn bridges with Miami, and this feud has been unfolding publicly for about a year now. The tension reportedly began because Miami stopped supporting JT, becoming more focused on her relationship with Diddy and her Kisha Please brand. JT has even hinted that Diddy might be the cause of their fallout. This public airing of grievances between the two has been extremely messy, with both artists throwing heavy shade at each other.
Girls, what does the future of City Girls look like?
Hopefully, the future of the City Girls can beat the City Girls. And I pray that our egos does not separate it, or the internet, or guys.
Back then, everyone was trying to piece things together, assuming JT felt left out because Diddy was taking Young Miami to places JT couldn't access. Miami was living the high life, attending fancy events like the Met Gala, while JT was left behind. To make matters worse, Miami claimed she was retired, saying, "I don't even rap no more. I retired, y'all." City Girls dropped one last album together titled Raw last year, but it didn't perform well, selling only 10,000 copies in the first year. After that, it seemed like City Girls had ended altogether. JT distanced herself from Young Miami and focused on her own music, while Miami concentrated on her relationship with Diddy and her Kisha Please brand, but mostly on Diddy. Then Diddy found himself embroiled in numerous lawsuits, and Miami was caught up in the mess along with him. She has been dragged on social media, with many people claiming she knew more about the situation than she let on. Miami found herself in even more trouble when, according to court documents, Lil R's lawsuit alleged that she used to transport illegal substances for Diddy. The situation has been a whirlwind of drama, with both JT and Young Miami moving in separate directions and dealing with their own controversies. Plain If and the Combs Rico Enterprise were rehearsing for something in the Westival in Virginia. The court filing reads Pluff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Combs do a few lines of in his dressing room. Defendant seen Combs wanted to see, but Brendan forgot it, so defendant Christina Coram called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. He also exposed her for being a snorer, saying, Young Miami Jade and Dayton Joy were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' workers and received payment via wire transfer from Robin Green Hill, which outlined defendant's ongoing criminal operation. JT was not having it and clapped back, saying, "Oh, Miss Mama, this your last day playing dumb. It'll be too much for me to tweet. I would like a sit down, Kisha, please, and this time leave Santana home." She also said, "I know I come off crazy, but never in my life did no whack as to this girl. She literally enjoys seeing me being dragged when people show me love. She goes crazy and call it a hate train, but like I said, we can sit down and talk about it." Miami also accused GT of being a bad friend, saying, "I be trying to kick me while I'm down and play into these narratives is dangerous when I've been nothing but a friend to you." But JC checked this real quick when she replied, "You looking for a way out of your situation? Who was the first person called when it all started? You're a sad case." Miami said, "You weird but always want to act like I'm a weirdo. You always mad, it's always a problem, and all I try to do is push you, tell you the as you can rap. You should model ets that you always mad, you doing your is as you should, congratulations, but somehow you still mad." She continued, "You let the internet put in your head that I'm jealous of you when you know I'm the one that always pushed us. You have resentment towards me, and that's okay." She then accused GT of throwing shade at her in her song, saying, "For you to come on here and try to play victim is crazy, Jatavia. You've been sneak dissing me for the last couple of days. I haven't said is back to you. You made 2 whole songs dissing me, and I still rapped your songs with my chest and showed love, so what's the real problem here?" JT then said, "Which songs was about you?" And Miami replied, "No bars and sideways." But JT denied this, and she said, Oh wow, you're really losing it if you thought this. Why not speak to me about it? You came on here and said LOL so people can ask you why you wasn't defending me, attention seeking as usual. He then hinted that Miami had done shady stuff to her behind closed doors, and she tweeted, "If I'm ever mad, I had a reason to be behind closed doors. You have done stuff to me that you think I should just get over. You never come to my defense when I would have literally took a bullet for you. When CP popped off, I was their first episode. And when someone canceled, I showed up in a red wig. Keep calling me mad like the internet do. But you know me, my heart pump gold. I wish you the best always, and I love how fast you got on here behind Santana." They later came out to reveal that they had talked it out and were cool with each other. But child, you don't fight like that in public without there being a lot of animosity behind the scenes. So even though they claimed they had made up, we knew there was still a lot of resentment bubbling under the surface. It was only a matter of time before it all came spilling out again. And boy, were we right about that. A couple of days ago, Young Miami had an interview where she talked about the breakup of the City Girls. And this is what she said.
The City Girls album just dropped and it didn't do too well, and we was just like trying to do our press run. You know, the whole rollout of the album was just so bad because we was just in two different spaces. You know, like we older now, and it was just like she was doing her own thing. She on the West Coast. I'm in Miami. I'm doing my own thing, and I felt like naturally when she doing her own thing, it just worked for her. And when I'm doing my own thing, it worked for me. But when we get together as a group, it just wasn't connecting. Like it just wasn't working no more. So I think we both was at a point where we was just like, we probably should just do our own
Right.
But that was the point for me.
Right, but that was the point for me. She made it seem like they naturally drifted apart, but according to GT, that was not the case. JT claimed the real reason for the breakup was Miami's shady association with Diddy. It reached a point where Miami no longer wanted to do music and focused solely on Diddy. JT also claimed that Miami is flat broke and has been living a fake life since the Diddy situation. Reportedly, Diddy stopped paying her sugar baby allowance, according to a source. Diddy is no longer paying Young Miami's bills. The friend told us that Diddy had been paying for private flights, shopping sprees, and rent for a luxury Miami penthouse. Now Diddy has cut those expenses. Diddy still bought Young Miami a Christmas gift, but he's not as generous as he once was. The source continued, Diddy is not in a good place mentally either. He can really use someone like Kisha in his life. She really does care about him, not just his money, but the money is important, yes, so he has to start paying again if he wants her companionship. Yeah, we suspected that she was broke when she started making music again and dropped 2 tracks in less than a month. Baby girl needs the money, and she needs it ASAP because she got used to living a fancy life with Diddy and can no longer afford it on her own. Fans jumped into the drama to share their opinions, leaving comments saying, Carisha is in the middle of a lawsuit being accused of being a drug trafficking head, and Ensorker who be recruiting other women or girls for Diddy. How is JT supposed to defend those allegations? Let's be real. It wasn't connecting because once Young Miami bagged the billionaire, she didn't care about making music no more. All she ever cared about was getting that bag. JT was the only one who was super serious about making music, and that's why she out here touring her butt off and Kisha back with her old baby daddy. And that's tough, but sometimes you got to follow your own path. I'm rooting for the both of them to do their best, and whatever they do next. Woo, this situation is one hot mess. But do y'all think that JT is right to feel betrayed, or do you think she's doing too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments and then check out this next video.